Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to look at how AI can help you grow your channel. We're going to be looking at how you can get insight into the progress and development of your channel, what's working and what's not working, and what might need a little bit of attention to improve it. We're going to look at how you can improve the topics and the subject matter and how you can make a big difference to the presentation of your videos on YouTube to get more success, more subscribers and more views. So let's get into it. I'm going to introduce you to 3 AIs and see how they can look at your content and make improvements to it. We're going to be looking at ChatGPT, we're going to be looking at NotebookLM, and we're going to be looking at Claude. And everything that we do is going to be free. There are subscription models for all of these AIs, but you can do an enormous amount for free. And everything that we do in this video does not require a subscription model and can be done free of charge completely. First of all, we need to get the statistics from your channel so that we can give those to the various AIs so that they can analyze that and understand what's happening in our chapter and what's good, bad, and give advice based on that. So we go to analytics first of all, and then click on advanced mode. That will bring up some graphs of what's going on in our channel, and then you can pick the time frame for this. You could pick 365 days and look over everything that's been happening in your chapter over the last year. Or I think possibly if you want to see what's happening right now on the channel, maybe 90 days would be a good amount to pick. So you've got 90 days of data here. If you've been posting regularly, there'll be quite a number of videos in the last 90 days. And we need to download that. So I'm just going to click on the download button. You can download it into Google Sheets, and that can be handy for some of the AIs, but let's just do it the simple way and download it to a CSV file. And there is the CSV file, which we can open. CSV file is opened. I'm just going to save the contents of that onto the desktop. So it's the table data that we want. So I'm just going to drag that and copy it onto my desktop so that we can use it from there. The first thing that we can get an AI to do is analyze our channel data and give us advice on our audience and engagement. So let's try ChatGPT first of all. To get to ChatGPT, it's just simply chatgpt.com. The first time you go to any of these AIs, you're going to have to either create an account or maybe confirm an account that you're already going to use, such as your Google account. But I'm not covering that aspect of it here. So I've already created my accounts, so we can just go ahead with asking whatever we want of the AI. It opens up then this dialog page where you can ask ChatGPT any question that you wish. Before we do that, we want to upload the data that we've just extracted from Google. So I'll just upload from computer and pick it up from the desktop. It was tabledata.csv, and I'll just open that. So that's now loaded into ChatGPT, and now we can go ahead and ask whatever questions of that we wish. So I have a question prepared, and I'm just pasting that in. So I'm telling ChatGPT, this is the data from my YouTube channel. Please analyze and recommend videos that I could make to maximize my views and subscribers. And we simply press the up arrow, which will send that off to ChatGPT. After a remarkably short amount of time, ChatGPT then comes back with some suggestions. So it points out what are high-performing videos on my channel and what are effective topics and where there is an opportunity for improvement. So for example, it picks up this video about using 2 monitors for Premiere Pro. It says it's got a good click-through rate but relatively low views, suggesting that while the topic is appealing, it might not align as well with the audience that I am targeting. And then we come down to a number of recommendations. So it suggests that I double down on high interest topics. And these are things like specializing around photography gear. I've recently been reviewing the RX1R Mark II and doing some videos on DJI drones. I've also been doing a little bit of travel photography. So it's suggesting that I double down on these and make more of that kind of content. I needn't go through all of this because it's relevant to my channel rather than yours, but the point is that by looking at your analytics data out of YouTube Studio, ChatGPT can make a lot of really interesting observations about your content. And so it will then go on and ask, do you want to do any more about this? But before we do this, let's try some of the other AIs to see how they would do the same thing. So the next one we're going to try is NotebookLM. And to get there, just type into your internet search bar notebooklm.google.com. Now, NotebookLM is interesting in that it creates a number of notebooks for you. I have a number that I've already been working on, but I'm going to create a new one. So the way that NotebookLM works is that you give it a number of sources. This is the strength of this particular method in that you can add multiple different sources in. If I click on add source, you can see we can actually add YouTube videos and it will look at that video. It might be one of yours that you want to see what could be improved about it, and it will do an analysis of your video. But in this case, again, we want to just add in the analytics data that we extracted from YouTube Studio. NotebookLM seems a little bit less keen on taking a CSV file, so the best way to get that in is to put in some copied text. And so if I go to that file and open it, in my case, it'll open it in Excel, so I can just simply Control A or Command A, and we copy that. We paste the text in here and insert that as a source. So that's going in, and NotebookLM is having a look at it, and it gives you a summary of what that already is. We can now just ask the same question that we asked of ChatGPT. And again, the AI runs through and evaluates what we have put in. So in this case, it makes a number of observations about our impressions and click-through rates, and what's working well and what's not, what are the top performers, and so on. And for every one, there is a reference that you can click on, and it will show you where it has got that data from. So we get similar kind of information coming out of NotebookLM that we got out of ChatGPT. So now let's move on to the third AI, which is Claude. You get to Claude by just simply typing in claude.ai. And again, we get the same kind of thing that we got with the others, an area where we can type in our question. In this case, I want to click on the little paperclip icon so that we can add something in. And I'm going to just take the table, CSV data, open that, and that is loaded in. And I can now also then just ask my question that I asked the other two AIs, put that in and see what Claude comes up with. So again, in a remarkably short time, we get an analysis of what it has observed out of the data that we've put in. So it shows our top performing videos, shows the ones that have contributed to our subscriber growth. It looks at patterns that are there, and it makes recommendations. These are relevant to me and not to you, so we're not going to go into them in much detail. I'm just showing you the kind of thing that comes up. So there you have it for each of those different AIs. They all work in a fairly similar way. Purpose of this video is not to tell you the features of the AIs, but just to give you examples of things that you can do in order to improve your channel. Let's have a look at the second useful thing that AI can do for us to help our channel. And in this case, I'm going to use NotebookLM, and go back to the same notebook that we used previously, and I'm going to ask NotebookLM to come up with some ideas for future videos that I could do that will work well on the channel. As with all of these things, a lot of it is down to the question that you ask. This question is based on my channel content, which of course we've already given it and is up here in the pasted text. But based on my channel content and the current trends on YouTube, please suggest 5 videos that would work well for my viewers. So I'll press the play button on that, hand it over to NotebookLM and see what it has come up with. So here we go. It has suggested another tutorial on 2 screens with Premiere Pro, content aware fill, and so on. These are suggestions that are relevant to me, but you can get suggestions relative to your own channel that'll work well for your particular audience. We could do the same thing in either of the other 2 AIs, but this is something that could potentially save you a lot of thinking and a lot of time. So let's now move on to the third benefit. Well, the third benefit of using AI, we're going to have a look at how an AI can improve your titles or improve the descriptions that you use for your videos. Now, you can put in a title and ask ChatGPT, NotebookLM or Claude to improve that title. You can put in a description and ask them to improve the description, or even better, you can put in the transcript of the video if you've already done it and ask the AI to suggest the title and the description. And here's something that I have done previously. I have put in the transcript of the file, or I've got it to look up the transcript out of YouTube, and it has come up with a suggested title. It has come up with a suggested description, and it's quite good because it even includes these little symbols and things like that. So it gives you, if you don't like what you've got, it'll come up with some other options that you can have for the title and the description. And that is incredibly useful because it can craft that title and that description so that it's really effective on YouTube and is more likely to improve the click-through rate than maybe something that you come up with yourself. So let's move on then to the fourth area, which is that you can use these AIs to improve your search engine optimization. You can have the AI suggest good keywords for your description. It can also suggest hashtags that you can put into your description, and it can give you the tags that you can put into YouTube itself. So these are going to be based on what AI has seen and what works well on YouTube, and they are really optimized for discoverability and for click-through. So that's the fourth way in which you can use AI to improve your SEO, your search engine optimization for your YouTube videos that you publish. So moving on then to the fifth area, and one of the ones that I find most enjoyable, is that you can get an AI to suggest thumbnails for you. I actually used the AI a few days ago to come up with ideas for this particular video on what the topics could be, and of course thumbnail design is one of them. So I'm going back to that interaction that I had with ChatGPT and go down, and it's given me these suggestions for content and so on. And I've said, great, I would like to leave out the use of AI in video editing because that's not an area I want to get into in this particular video, but I want to use the other topics. Please suggest 3 thumbnails for this video. And so it has come up with these 3 thumbnails. Now, I wouldn't use these straight off, but they do give me ideas for thumbnails that I possibly could use. AIs are never good with text. I think it's struggling a bit here with the YouTube logo. But nevertheless, the idea of the AI and brain, the idea of the robot, or the idea of, again, the sort of cognition with the cogwheels and the use of YouTube is in it, and growing your channel are all really useful things. And so I can go about making my own thumbnail based on something similar to those, and hopefully that will achieve a good click-through rate. So I hope you find this video interesting. There are many more ways in which you can use these AIs. This has just really scraped the surface, but it is a really powerful tool to enable you to learn things about your channel and perhaps get ideas that might not otherwise have come up for you. So if you enjoyed this, please give the video a like, And if you'd like to see more videos on photography, post-processing, cameras, equipment, all these sorts of things that I cover in my channel, then please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.